How to get better stuff at the baby shower. That's what we're talking about on this episode of the Driving with Rob podcast. Baby showers. When's the last time you went to a baby shower? I came across this thing on the internet about baby showers and baby shower gifts and how to make sure that you get the best stuff. And it's really not as selfish as it sounds, because people are going to be buying you gifts anyway. You might as well tell them what you want and what you would like to have. Because chances are they're not sure what to get you. They're not sure what you need. So you let them know what you need right up front. I think the trend started with my generation. So I guess it's been going on for about 30, 35 years or so. But in the good old days, like when I was a kid, men never went to baby showers. Men just weren't invited. They didn't want men at the baby showers. It was something that the women did. And the women, in general, just didn't want the man around. And I remember when I was a kid going over to my papa's house so that the women folk in the family could have a baby shower, or anything really. A Tupperware party, Avon parties. Those were really big when I was growing up, was Avon and Tupperware parties. But the men folk, depending on what time of day it was, if it was warm weather and it was still daylight outside, we would all go out to Papa's workshop, Papa's building. And you stand around and you spit and scratch and, tell the stories that you can't tell in front of the women folk. And that was how I grew up. But by the time I came along, by the time I started having kids, the dads were expected to be at the baby shower. They're your kids too. You need to be there. So we had to start going to these baby showers. To the point that now, this generation of kids that are having babies, it's unheard of for the man to not show up for the baby shower. The dad has to be at the baby shower. And if you are attending a baby shower, your husband is going with you. And to be honest with you, I guess I'm old school. I like the days when the men waited outside, or the men went to a spare bedroom or something and waited until all the female activities were over. And I think everybody was happier with that arrangement. But let's talk about baby shower gifts. I came across this video article about how to get better baby shower gifts. And it seems as if the best piece of advice was don't find out the sex of the baby before the shower. Another thing people started doing was these gender reveal parties. So now, not only are you going to a baby shower, it may be a baby shower gender reveal party. Chances are it's going to be two parties. There's going to be a gender reveal party, and then later on there's going to be a baby shower. And I went to a gender reveal party, showed up in a trench coat, nothing underneath. I so misinterpreted what gender reveal parties were all about. It's a joke. Lighten up. But anyway, you're going to have a gender reveal party, and then later you're going to have a baby shower, but you come out better if you don't tell people the gender of the baby. This was according to this article that I read. If you wanted to get better stuff, it may be generic stuff, but it's not gender specific. Because if you know you're having a girl, what are you going to get at the baby shower? Well, first of all, everything you get is going to be pink. Pink blankets, pink little beanie caps, pink pajamas. Everything's pink. And everything's geared toward little girls. And you're going to get little dresses. and the little shoes with bows on them and all that stuff. If you're having a little boy, everything you get is going to be blue. And you're going to get little boy-looking clothes. Teeny tiny little baby blue jeans, teeny tiny little camouflage t-shirts, teeny tiny little shoes that look like tennis shoes. But you're not going to get, a lot of pink bows and stuff like that. Well, what the advice was that I read or that I had come across was that you actually get better presents, more useful presents, if the people attending the shower don't know the gender of the baby. People have to use their imagination. Then you start getting things like high chairs and strollers, baby bottles, sanitizers, non-gender specific pacifiers. And typically, if people don't know the sex of the baby, you're going to get a lot of yellow stuff. It's the truth. That's what you're going to get, because nobody knows the sex of the baby, so it's not going to be all pink or all blue, And people have to be a little more imaginative. And I've heard that because the dads are completely 100% expected to attend these baby showers now, that if you don't reveal the sex of the baby, that the dad might get power tools, an electric hedge trimmer. If you don't know the gender of the baby, you get dad gifts now. Everything's not geared toward the mom. And this is why I say that I think it was actually better for everybody when you had baby showers that were women only and the dads weren't invited. Because then all the attention was on mom and the baby. But nowadays, the dad is taking an equal part in the festivities. So the dad gets included. And if you don't tell the gender of the baby, dad might actually get some pretty cool dad-specific gifts at the baby shower. And it's cool for dad, but mom and the other ladies always make a face because it's not about him. Why did you get him a present? And it really should be about mom and the baby. But now, God forbid, that dad and all the other husbands don't show up at the baby shower. And it's fine, and I don't really mind going to them. But as a grandfather, I at least know there's going to be food and probably cake. And if there's cake, I'm there. Just saying. And oh, by the way, don't get this whipped cream icing cake. I don't care if you're insulin-dependent diabetic. Bring a regular cake with buttercream icing, that decadent stuff that makes you want to take a nap 10 minutes after you eat it. Bring the good cake with the good icing. Or cupcakes with little baby booties on it. But I have been to several baby showers lately, and I just wanted to share this information with you. If you want to get cooler stuff, very generic yet cool stuff at your baby shower, don't tell everybody whether you're having a boy or a girl. Just tell them you're having a baby. And that's going to do it for this episode of the podcast. It was just a little quick thing that I threw out there while I was thinking about it. And also I needed to test my new settings on my microphone. But I hope you liked it. If you like the podcast, tell your friends about it. Invite them to listen to the podcast, because if you like it, chances are your friends will too. All right? You can find the Driving with Rob podcast anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can Google it and it'll come up. And as always, I appreciate you listening. I appreciate you downloading. And I'll talk to you next time. Bye now.